Hello and welcome to my weekly angel card reading, which I do every week, funnily enough, hence the name. This is for Monday the 15th of January through to Sunday the 21st of January 2018. Yes, now the year. I've been really struggling with that whole 2017-2018 transition. Hopefully you guys have too. That came up really quickly. So that was me shuffling for Monday. So for those of you who haven't seen these videos before, I shuffle a different card for each day of the week. I use a different deck just to keep things interesting, and the cards that come up are not predictions of what's going to happen for you on that day, but they are pieces of information that are going to help you. So we'll start with safe travel, which I don't think has actually ever come up in a daily reading before, since I've been doing these for the last 3 years. I've been doing the daily card on Instagram for the last 3 years anyway. I've only been doing these videos for just over 1 year, but safe travel. So very rare card to come up in a personal reading, because very seldom do people come to me with questions about travel. But what this could mean is it's affirming your travel plans are legit. If you are going somewhere and you have some concerns around that for your safety, this is reassuring you that you will be safe. And for everybody else, maybe you need to take a holiday. That could be what's coming up. Often we get so stuck in our routine we don't think about going elsewhere, and that doesn't mean somewhere big and expensive. It could just mean you need to get away from your routine. You need to have even a day trip somewhere different, because that sense of monotony, which can often happen at this time of year because you've just had this amazing break and now you're coming back into work, and it can be a little bit deflating. But the angels don't want you to think of your life as something that you have to endure. They want you to think of it as something you enjoy, and part of the one of the many ways we do that is by change of scenes, exploring new places. So it could just be somewhere in your city that you go to that's new. Also, they're saying some of you are worried about perhaps family members or people you know who are traveling right now, and this is reassuring you those people are safe. So going to Tuesday, very surprised to see that one, and I try not to have, you know, expectations around what's going to come up, because I mean, really, it's endless the possibilities. But still, there are some that are just yeah, they very seldom come up. I guess that's why I'm surprised. So this card is a strange one to get up as well. Not strange, but it's just very, very simple. Usually, those of you who see my videos for a long time know that some of these cards I just bang on about them for about 5 minutes because there's so much to say. Try to be brief. This one is really simple. Laughter. You need to be having more fun. So you can see, you know, a correlation here. They're asking us to really put the focus back on enjoying our lives, and you know, we don't spend enough time laughing. There are a lot of really funny things in this world, and we're so busy trying to get things done, we don't really think about the enjoyment factor. And so you're being asked to have more fun, put more fun back into your life, do something silly, something playful. All that inner child stuff comes to the fore again, and it also can help you deal with a stressful situation. If you can laugh about it, that changes the energy around you. You relax enough to help you sort of see solutions more easily. And you also have an ability to help others by making them laugh as well. Not that you have to tell jokes or anything, but if you can bring a more light-hearted energy into a situation, you can really help, rather than a stressful kind of situation. If you are facing something that's quite, you're facing a hurdle, I'm not saying this very well, but for those of you who have started the new year with big plans, and you're really daunted by that, you're scared, all that sort of thing, they're asking you to really focus on, try not to be daunted, or because then you'll go into procrastination mode, because it will seem too big. It will seem too big. And one of the ways you can do that is by breaking it up into small parts, and the other way you can do that is by seeing it as something you enjoy, not just something that is like a real slog. So try to make it more pleasurable as much as you can. We're going to Wednesday. Heart chakra, beautiful. So chakras are energy centers located in our energy field, which is just outside our body. Some people call it an aura. So the heart chakra is the fourth one. It's the one associated with the way we give and receive love, because love is an energy. It needs to flow in both directions. So you need to be able to receive love as well as give it in order for it to flow. And that is why a relationship that is unhealthy, that is not working, is one where you were giving and not getting anything back, or you were taking and not giving. So Anyway, this is asking those of you who've got some blocks around the heart chakra to look at repairing those and doing some healing. The typical things that block this chakra are grief and love. Loss. So, you know, those are obviously two shades of the same thing, but not loss just in grief, but loss in terms of bereavement. Also loss from heartbreak. So if you've lost, you've broken up with someone, it doesn't have to be recent, just whether you're still hurting as a result of this. And it can also be the loss that occurs from even at the end of a friendship. There's no real rules in our society for dealing with the loss of friendship, you know. With the end of a relationship, you know, there are sort of more social rules. You know, you move out, you collect your things, you know, that sort of thing. Un-Facebook friend each other. But this is, because it's the modern world, whatever it is. But when the friendship ends, and I know this myself, I've been through it with my best friend many years ago, and it was absolutely devastating. And I still sometimes feel really upset about that because it left such a gap. And so anyway, wherever you've got loss or you've got a heart hurt, it's the simplest way I can put it. Now, for those of you who haven't got those sorts of blocks, but you and you feel like your heart chakra is reasonably open, just look at giving more love today and trying to receive it. So some of the ways that we block receiving love are we refuse compliments when they're given to us. Oh no, I feel fat today. If someone says something nice about the way you look, or you know, if someone compliments you on your work, oh, it wasn't me really. Other ways we block receiving love when people offer to help us. No, I'm fine, I've got it. All that sort of thing. So really be aware of how love is flowing through you. You're a channel of the divine love of the universe. So make sure you're giving it as well. Giving more kindness, giving more compliments, giving more love and support to other people through your words is the main way we give love, but also through our actions. And love is not something that just goes to our nearest and dearest. We need to make sure we're giving it to our to randoms as well, so people we don't even know. But they're really emphasizing words here and communication, love-filled communication. So be cognizant of that on today and every day, I guess you could say. Really, oh, that's the wrong deck. Do you know, I just picked up the deck I already used for Monday, but a card has jumped out, and I think that's obviously a sign I'm supposed to go with it. So here we go. Don't usually use the same deck twice in 1 week, but oh well, this is happening. Peaceful. So the dove, obviously a sign of peace, and peace is something that we tend to think of in a global kind of way, but this is really talking about the inner peace within us. So remember that peace is not something we find in an ashram or a yoga retreat. It's something internal. It's within us. All we've got to do is find it. It's buried under layers of stress and expectation and worry and anxiety. So this is asking you to really do some channeling today. Meditation, I can't speak highly enough of the power of meditation. It'd be a really great way for you to find some inner peace, but being away from people if you're able, especially if you're someone like a parent who has little people around you a lot, you feel like you never get a moment's peace. But also, one of the major blocks to finding peace is not just worry and other people's voices and other people's noise, but also stress. I suppose that's really sorry, I've just lost my train of thought because something else was coming through. Look for the ways that you are blocking your own peace. That's what's coming through. So again, worry can be a major part of that, but just the power of our brains. Like, we've got a staggering amount of thoughts popping into our brains every day, just like I just had lost. But a lot of it's absolute nonsense. And if you've ever tried an exercise where you notice and just observe your thoughts, you just will think of yourself as, you just look at yourself in shock that you waste so much mental energy on such trivial things, and particularly on other people's business. So look for ways that you can drop that. It's not easy. We're human. We're trained to think it's our brains trying to protect us, looking for potential dangers and things that might hurt us, and what can we do and how can we be prepared. But that's a function of the ego. But looking for ways to be at peace means trying to gain some semblance of control over our thoughts. And yes, it is possible. We're not controlled by our thoughts. We control them. It's the other way around. We just forget how to do that. And that is a key way that meditation works, is by teaching us not only to notice that we are not our thoughts, we are separate from them, but also you feel like you've got a better degree of control in terms of noticing when they've gone way off track into unhelpful territory, and this is something that we need to come back to again and again and again. So Friday, goodness, I thought that was going to go on the floor there. Friday, divine guidance. This is a tricky one to explain because it's really obvious. So I feel like I'm repeating myself every time I have to explain something like this. But they're saying for some of you, this is letting you know that something that you've lost, or you feel like you've lost something, is not lost because it was not meant for you. So trust in the way the universe is orchestrating certain elements of your life. So the saying that I always think of is, the things that are meant for us will never pass us by, and the things that aren't will never be held on to. Did I get that round the right way? I think so. So this is letting you know that you can't miss an opportunity that's right for you, but if you've lost something, it obviously wasn't right for you. Or maybe it wasn't right for you at this time. It might come back around later on when you've got, you know, maybe you've got more growing to do or something like that. Or maybe the other person does, or maybe the job needs to evolve or something like that. So trust that you are being looked after by the universe. That's probably the most simple message of this, that divine guidance. Very simple. You are being looked after, you are being protected, you are safe, and you are very loved. So if you feel alone, if you feel like things haven't gone right and you're lost and there's no Google Maps for your life, as there isn't for any of us, talk to your angels. Remember, they can't help you unless you ask them to. You have free will. You're in charge of your life. I know I've just said the universe is in charge of certain things. It's this kind of weird sort of contrast, I guess, where we are in charge of certain elements, and particularly the way we respond to elements. But the universe has a lot of control over the course of things, and that's something that our soul consented to before we came through. So into this particular body. Anyway, I could talk about that for a long time. It's all very metaphysical. So, but ultimately, you know, that card is a really reassuring one. It's letting you know you have the ability to receive guidance from the angels. You don't need me for that. You've got it. Everybody's got intuition. I'm just one voice for them, but you've got your own. And trust in that guidance. Ask for help when you need it, and try to trust it when it comes through. That's the clincher. Oh, sorry, I just bumped the table holding up the laptop. Anyway, that's a good sign to move on to Saturday, quiet time. So it's a very gentle, it reminds me a little bit of this in terms of the soft kind of energy that comes through a bit. Quiet, you know, I talked a lot about our thoughts. They create so much noise in our brain, and particularly if you live in a city, there is already so much noise around you in your life, and this is asking us to get some quiet time. And some of you are going, I wish, because you're too busy, or you've got, you know, as I said, maybe children, or you've got animals, or there's just too much on. But even 5 minutes by yourself in quiet would help you. And meditation is coming through again, super strong for this as well. So that's very much a theme for the week. And I know lots of people give up on meditation because they think they suck at it, or they think it's too hard, or they think they don't have time. But none of those arguments really stack up. We're all really bad at meditation. That's the point. And we keep going at it, and we never get better. It doesn't matter. It's not the pursuit of excellence that matters. It's showing up and doing it. It has benefits even when you think it's not. And also, the whole thing about time is silly, because the time you spend in meditations makes you doubly more productive later on. So it actually buys you back time. And as I say constantly, no one ever finds time for anything. We make time, and meditation is something I make time for every day, because the benefits are just immense, and it's helping me in ways I can't even see most of the time. Not just my physical health, my mental health, my emotional health, and most key for me in terms of the work I do, my spiritual health. That is a way you show to the universe you are invested in your self-worth. You're invested in being a better person. You're invested in your own personal development by showing up each day to do that meditation, even if it's 5 minutes a day. I know some people say 20. We have to be realistic here. There are tons of apps to help you with this as well. Not all of them take a spiritual approach. That's absolutely fine, because there's so much science backing this up. Some of those science-based apps are really great, and Headspace is one I really recommend. It was developed by a guy who used to be a Buddhist monk, and there's also an awesome one called 10% Happier, but you don't need them necessarily. But you know, if you're scared or you need guidance, by all means go with an app. There's not, as I said, there's not really a right or wrong way to do this. It's just about that stillness. Oh man, this is taking a long time to shuffle. I might have the wrong deck here. In fact, I do. So, and luckily I have two choices because one of them I've already doubled up on. So let's go with this one, which is devoted to the archangels. And, oh, Sunday. Oh, dropped it. I knew this would happen. Sorry about that squeaking noise as I just scraped the chair across the floor. Here I go. Not really an elegant way to do that, unfortunately. Oh, interesting, and I've just bumped the table. Bit of a shambles here. Thank you for watching anyway and bearing with me. Professionalism is not really my bag, but it doesn't matter. The integrity is there. So Sunday, healthy lifestyle, totally boring, but totally important. Your health is such an important pillar in your spiritual health, because without that foundation of good nutrients, enough sleep, tons of water. Water is really important on a spiritual level, by the way. And exercise. You're just not going to be able to elevate yourself at that spiritual level, but also just to have enough energy to get through the day and get things done. This is a bit of a sort of wake-up call. No one really needs a wake-up call about their health, I don't think. Everybody knows you're supposed to be exercising, you're supposed to drink lots of water, you're supposed to get tons of sleep, and we just don't do it. So this is saying you need to make this a priority. And I've been really working on my sleep for the last probably 6 months and making that a priority, going to bed at 9:30, and it's really paying off. So I used to go to bed about 10:30, and I tell you what, it makes such a difference, that extra hour, because, not to make this a big scientific thing, but in terms of the way our sleep cycles work, the hours before midnight are worth twice the hours after in terms of restfulness. So going to bed earlier is definitely worth it. So again, like last week, we've got a lot of practical kind of messages here. I think it's sort of a focus on your self-development. That's probably putting it too loosely, but they really want you to focus on what you need, which is some time out, big focus on meditation, some attention to your health and well-being, and some healing around the heart, the way we give and receive love, and also to lighten up, get some lighter energy coming through. So that's it for the week. Thank you for watching. My Instagram is @OneGroundedAngel. My Facebook page is called One Grounded Angel. That's ONE, not the number one. And if you wish to contact me, please do that via my website. There's a bookings tab, and it's www.onegroundedangel.com. Thank you so much for watching. I'll read for you next week.